Everybody, welcome to San Antonio, where it's hot than the Arizona Scorpion. Good lordy, it is hot out here. T-Roy Games, I am sweating, and we're in the AC up here in the booth. My goodness, I've heard that the bayous and rivers around here was dried up. But hey, everybody, welcome to this SFL action here today, where we have Minnesota Legion are visiting the Alamo City Artillery. T-Roy Gaines, how you been, buddy? Good to see you. Good to be back in the booth with you, my guy, in regular season action.
Yeah, I'm been good, and I can't wait to get this game started. This is a rematch from last season's wild card, where the Alamo City Artillery got the W at Minnesota. So you know that Minnesota is looking for a little bit of revenge to cap off Week 2's action. Minnesota had a 69-24 win over Indy last week, while Vancouver lost to Alamo City 24-17. Whose O is going to go? We're going to find out in a couple of moments, Damon, between Alamo City and Minnesota.
And loving memory of Matt Wilson, as he used to always say, the O has to go.
Yes, sir.
Matt. So his heads and ACA will be receiving the ball first here in this Week 2 matchup between the Legion and the Artillery. Beautiful stadium here that the Artillery has here in sunny San Antonio. And here is the kicker, Mickey Malillo for Minnesota. The ball's on the tee, is up in the air, and we have action inside of the goal line. Juke to the right and down and tackled. Looks right at the 27-yard line. Offense for the Alamo City Artillery. We have quarterback Ace Finnick, running back Brad Jones, and Thick and Juicy. Fullback Rainstorm. Wide receivers, they have 4 or 5 of them. Is it 6? My goodness, a lot of them. Kendra Wells, Kenny Hendricks, Ziggy Hornick, Yayo Montana, Deuce Finnick, Garrison Blue, Hank Earl Troll are your tight ends, and the offensive linemen, Jamarcus Candy, David Parker, William Davison, Charles Michael, and Jukin Rukin. Basically, providing upfront protection for both Finnick and Jones. Finnick on a rollout to his right, sees his target, passes deflected away, incomplete, intended for 18, Yayo Montana. T-Roy, can you call up the defense for Minnesota?
Let's talk about the defense for the Legend, representing the D-line, Mark Mello, Alex O'Raven, Angela Meerkat, Brooke Burr, Buster Johnson, and Max Knight. The linebackers are represented by Jason Clay, Miles Gibson, Stephen Black, and Juan Mississippi. The secondary is Nicholas Frostel, Rick Evans, Cody Griffin, Johnny Bravo, Daniel Wright, and Derek Meerkat.
Finnick on the 5-step drop. Goes down at the 18-yard line. Hit hard by the big defensive lineman. No, I took it back. It's a linebacker, Miles Gibson.
Miles Gibson will get his first sack of the season. He came uncontested through the line, that star-studded line, and for some reason, Ace Finnick thought he had a receiver decided to not throw it away and just took a butt whooping from Gibson.
They're going to say it's at the 20-yard line. It's Alamo City. Almost a sack there. Pass caught by Ziggy Hornick. Not going to pick up the first down there, 4 yards shy. And Alamo City will have to punt the ball on a quick 3-and-out here.
Yeah, that sack basically put the end of this drive. Unfortunately for Hornick, he didn't run the full yardage needed to get that first down. Came up a little bit short when he made the catch. Couldn't break the tackle, and like you said, 3-and-out.
Here is the punt. Off and on his way. Oh, there's a fumble picked up by Minnesota. Good gracious there. It could have been dangerous. If Alamo City picked that up, they really could have turned the momentum in this game quickly.
A great heads-up play by number 22, Browns. Got it soon as the returner got rocked. Nicholas Frostel was the returner on that one, but thankfully for the Legend, they was able to pick it up and get on the 29.
Yeah, the rookie cornerback basically going to have to progress that hold on to the ball ratings there for the next couple of weeks or so. So he won't be fumbling the ball in these special teams. At the 29-yard line is Minnesota. Handoff to the halfback, Colin Hart going where it stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Offense here for Minnesota. We have Johnny Reno, quarterback. Running back is Colin Hart. Receivers, Vin Callia coming over from London. These are Powell, Quiggy Mam, Jay Taylor. And your tight ends are Jay Hayden, Jason France, and the offensive guard is Dusty Wilson for Minnesota. 2nd and 10 here for Johnny Reno underneath the center. Take a 2-step drop, throws a dart right across the middle. That pass is caught, and it is completed. Was it Vin Callia on the reception? Yes, it was.
And great job by the O-line making sure that Johnny Reno had enough time to get to Callia. And what a great job by Callia making that catch before he gets rocked.
First and 10 here for Minnesota. 3 wide receiver set, I spread. Handoff here to Hart. Hart right up the middle. Hart's going to pick up 2 yards there. 2nd and 8.
Now let's go over to defensive stars for Alamo City. Representing the D-line, Stephen Fellows II, Theodore Rocker, Yogi Barr, Tina Begin, and Robert Fump. J. Mart, Boki Barr, and Robert Foraker are the linebackers. We go over everybody else after this play. Excuse me.
3-step drop here by Reno, and Reno dumps it off right across the middle of the field. 3rd and 4 here now. He's slow getting up there. Is tight end Jay Hayden.
They took a great hit from Boki Barr. The rest of the secondary for Alamo City, Jukin Rukin Jr., Jess Piccoli, Ron Hoff, Mickey McGuire, Rain Rie, Willie Bands, Albert Begin, and Cody Lawrence. Those are your defensive stars for Alamo City.
Here are the legend. Man in motion is Van Callia going to the left side of the offense. Split backs. 5-step drop here is Reno, intended for Callia there. He falls down. Not sure if he was knocked off the route there, but 4th and 4, and they're going to have to punt the ball away after picking up 1 first down on this first possession for Minnesota.
Well, so far both defenses are setting the tone, making sure that only 1 first down between them was made. We'll see if the offense of Alamo City can change things up here.
There's the pump by Ming Malillo. Return. As soon as he caught it, he went down.
Will we say, Damon? You know that butt whooping's coming as a return. You want to wave that hand high in the air, call fair catch, and save yourself the punishment.
Absolutely. Minnesota will be starting off at their very own 19. I'm sorry, not Minnesota. Alamo City will be starting off at their 19-yard line. Here on their second possession. 3 and out on the last possession for Alamo City. 2 wide receivers, a tight end goes in motion to the left of the offense. Offset power, strong power. Strong I formation. Now it's going to turn into a weak because the tight end moves to the weak side of the offense. There is halfback, picks up 4 yards there. Brad Jones on the carry.
Brad Jones had a great day last week. One of the running backs in the league that went over 200 yards. And him in particular had 215, averaging 6.7 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns in the win versus Vancouver.
Ace Finnick underneath the center in an I Jokers formation here now. 4-3 looks like the defense. Could be 4-4. Looks like there is a 4-4. Jones on the handoff. Jones breaks a few tackles. Picks up 2 yards. 3rd and 2.
Now, Damon, I'm very interested to see how well the O-line of Alamo City will be able to open up holes for their star running backs. They got a full slate of O-linemen ready to bring the pain against the defense of the legend.
Here is Jones. Jones gets skinny, breaks a tackle, breaks another. Tackled and brought down at the 42-yard line of Alamo City.
And we just saw that example. A great job by the O-lineman. Open up that huge gap for Brad Jones. And that's one of the things, if you're Minnesota, you're going to have to worry about. Will the O-lineman of Alamo City wear out the legend defense?
Not only do Alamo City has 5 offensive linemen on the line, that they do have a tight end there. There's a toss to Jones to the weak side. Jones goes down in the backfield. Looks like he don't lose a yard. Looks like 3 yards lost to me.
Lucky that they got forward progress there, but Rainstorm, as he will progress throughout the season, will get better at that. But he just missed the first man, which caused Brad Jones to unfortunately lose that 1 yard.
Mm-hmm. 2nd and 11 here for Alamo City. They love the strong I formation. Pass down the field, deflected away. Looks like deflection was by Jeff. No, I take it back. That's 34, not 24.
So then you're right.
Yeah.
Gets another pat down there. And another important 3rd down for the legend, Damon. We'll see if their defense can hold and force another punt.
5 wide receivers on the field here. Man goes in motion is Yayo Montana, also known as Greg Soto. Ace Finch underneath the center. 5-step drop. Gets a little pressure. He's on a run now. Tackled after picking up 2 yards on the scramble. 4th and 9 now. This Minnesota defense is basically holding these guys from Alamo City on 3rd down, T-Roy.
Yes, and I was wondering how fast Ace Finch can run, but great job by Buster Johnson with the pursuit and the tackle for a short game. Like I said, another punt.
Mm-hmm. He's going to punt it back off to Minnesota. On the return is the rookie cornerback. Tackled and brought down at the 21. And this will be the Legends' 2nd possession. There's a look at Johnny Reno. Calls a signal. Man goes in motion. Looks like it's going to be Jason France. Split back to the halfbacks. Vin Callia down to the bottom of the screen. 5-step drop here by Reno. Reno goes to the progression. He's tackled and brought down in the backfield by none other than Tina Begin. Give her credit for the sack.
And this is going to be one of the things, if you're Minnesota, you're going to have to worry about how good their O-line is going to be with only 1 star player against a fully loaded roster on the D-line. Great job by Tina Begin getting that sack.
2nd and long here for Minnesota at their own 16. On 15. But it's 16 to gain. That pass is going to be incomplete. That was a dangerous pass they're throwing in triple coverage to Vin Callia.
And it's looking like the quarterbacks are struggling so far. So I was wondering, will they get their running game more involved? I'm talking about both teams, not just Alamo City, but also Minnesota. Will they get that running game going to take the pressure off their quarterback?
If I'm not mistaken, I think Colin Hart only has two carries for 2 yards. Here's Colin Hart's play action. Fooled the broadcasting booth. Reno breaks a tackled and brought down by Tina Begin again.
2nd straight sack of this drive, and also shout out to Robert Funt because he the one who put on the pressure on Johnny Reno before Tina Begin cleans them up. And another punt coming up from Minnesota, and this is not what the legend was hoping to see at the start of this game.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3-yard loss.
I like this angle right here, Damon. That's a nice angle.
Yeah, it is a nice angle. Absolutely. Fair catch there. And Alamo City is going to get great field position after the punt return catch by Deuce Finnick.
So far in the first 4 drives, all ended in punts. The defenses for both teams are setting the tone in a big way. We'll see whose offense is going to make an impact to give themselves the momentum.
Strong ice set here. Back on the pass is Ace Finnick, and that pass is incomplete. Ace has basically been off target this game. He is 2 for
Great.
4. I'm sorry, not 2 for 4. He's 1 for 3. 1 for 4 make it. That last one was his 4th pass attempt so far this game.
The only completion came on a 3rd and long that didn't convert for a first down.
They're going to go pair
Rough going
slide,
for him.
but they're going to move the inside tight end to the right side of the offense. Ace Finnick down the middle of the field. No! Man, the receiver got jacked up.
Jacked up by Derek Meerkat. What a hit. And it probably would have helped if that pass was thrown more towards the outside instead of the inside. Could have saved his receiver a nasty rib shot.
I wonder if Derek Meerkat's favorite animal is the meerkat. Just asking. 3rd and 10. ACA needs a first down here to keep this drive alive. 4 wide receivers to the bottom of the field. Finnick gets pressure and brought down in the backfield, but not before he releasing the ball. And that's going to but it's going to force Alamo City to pump the ball back to Minnesota. And Minnesota's going to be backed up pretty far back if they don't allow this thing to roll into the end zone. I say don't even try to catch it.
Yeah, if I were them, I would risk the ball being down inside the 1 instead of trying to field it. He already fumbled one earlier.
Exactly.
Ooh, coffin corner. Won't even get the opportunity.
Yeah, I think he shouldn't have went for the corner. I think he should have kicked it straight ahead. But this puts Minnesota right at the 15-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's where I saw the spot at. 17. I was pretty close. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that one.
Nothing wrong with that.
3 wide receivers here for Johnny Reno. Reno hands off here to Colin Hart. Hart gets skinny. Picks up 5 yards.
Yes, different start for this gentleman right here who had a great game last week. 312 yards. 7.6 yards a carry. Let's do a combined 7 touchdowns, 6 rushing, 1 receiving. Hart was a monster today, but he's got a tough sledding so far here in the first quarter.
There they do. Hand off here to Colin Hart to the bottom of the field. Makes one man miss, but the juke move. Picks up 4 yards there on the carry.
And I wonder if he had that ball in the left hand like all running backs supposed to do. He supposed to have the ball to the hand nearest to the sideline. If he had the other ball in the left, he had his ball in the left hand and just used that stiff arm, maybe he could have got more yardage.
You're absolutely right. Here's Colin Hart again for his 3rd carry. Goes nowhere. Actually, he's going to lose a yard, T-Roy.
Bogey Bar was not having any of that. And since there were no star players at fullback and the old line, that made it probably a little bit easier for Bogey Bar to break through and stop that carry.
The defense of Alamo City knew exactly where the ball was going to go. And unlike what we saw last week from Minnesota, they're having trouble moving the ball. T-Roy. Oh, nice tackle there on the return. And we also got to give credit to Alamo City's defense as well. So we just may have a defensive battle here so far.
That's true. And I was wondering when we're going to see for Alamo City number 44, if Thick and Juicy get the carry. He's the big man, 6 feet, 230 pounds. Let's feed him the rock some as well as Brad Jones. We'll see if that's in their game plan for today.
Both of these teams, T-Roy, has only gained 1 first down so far here in the first quarter. 1 minute and 42 seconds left on the ticker. Alamo City starts this drive at their very own 41-yard line. Oh, that pass is intercepted by the defense of Minnesota and Juan, Mississippi.
Juan, Mississippi gets his first interception of the season, and he basically baited the quarterback. It was too easy to throw. For some reason, Finnick did not see Mississippi, and that was probably one of the easiest interceptions he will ever have.
T-Roy, do you remember when we used to play hide and seek? How did we used to count down? I know, but down in the South, we used to say 1 Mississippi, to Mississippi. Did you guys just say it
Yeah.
up in the Midwest? Okay.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Here is Johnny Reno on a rollout. Reno finds his target. Got a reception from his big tight end, Jason France, 6'7", 270. A tight end at 270? That is a humongous guy.
And that's a beast of a player. Why not throw it to him? He averages 20.7 yards a catch. This one a little bit less, but it's for a first down, and Minnesota will take it. See, nobody from Alamo City want that business until they knew France was about to catch the ball. Then they went after him.
Down to the 23-yard line on that reception. I take that back, make it the 23-yard line. That was a 15-yard pickup by Minnesota. Handoff hit to Colin Hart, and Hart's going to lose a yard.
And the D-line at Alamo City was able to prevent Colin Hart from getting any yards by pushing the O-line right back at him. Great job by the D-line of Alamo City there.
Johnny Reno underneath the center calling signal. Split twins here. Rollout once again here by Johnny Reno. Pass right across the and got France again, and France breaks a tackle inside of the 10-yard line down to the 6.
The play that worked
yards.
prior. And Damon, if it wasn't for Vin Callia, who was trying his best to at least get a block there, if it wasn't for Callia getting away, that was a touchdown right there. But nonetheless, first and goal.
Look at the big stiff arm from Jason France.
Guess he's trying to do his best Mike Daggs impression of that stiff arm.
Goal line defense here for Alamo City. Eye loads. Man in motion is the fullback. Handoff hit to Hart. Hart right up the middle, nowhere to go. And Hart is having a long day at the office so far to start this ball game. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. And you're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on the SFL YouTube network.
Well, Damon, we talked about this last week. At least those cheerleaders don't look as creepy with their faces.
Handoff here to Colin Hart. Hart breaks one tackle in the backfield, falls maybe a yard or two forward. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football to everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining on our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join Community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL and on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. 5-step drop here by Reno. Reno goes down again, and this time it's not Tino Began, but it's our sidekick, Stephen Fellows the second.
And the defense, you can say, is basically a W for Alamo City. It looked like it was going to be a sure touchdown, but Stephen Fellows gets his first sack of this season, and well needed.
Absolutely. Here's the field goal attempt, and it is good. Minnesota get the first points of the game with the field goal by Mickey Malillo. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there is a new hashtag going around from Mickey Malillo coming from the convention. Special teams!
Well,
something in that nature.
I think that was from Cliff Allen, but Mickey will take it as well. Yeah, it was Cliff Allen the whole time. Special teams!
Oh, look at me. I'm trying to get something going here, and I'm all lost. See, that's what happened when you don't go to the convention. You get the people mixed up and who made these quotes, right? So.
Ooh, that stiff arm.
He's off to the races. The 40 crosses midfield. You got to be kidding me. Kenny Hendricks is about to get a kick return for a touchdown here in this ball game in Alamo City as he crosses Hollywood Boulevard.
Great job by the blockers, and then great job by Kenny Smith. That stiff arm was all that he needed to give himself the space, and it was just a foot race to the end zone. They could not catch him, and Alamo City not only takes the lead, but they take momentum back on their side.
You're right. That was a quick strike there of a score. But here's the question. How is that defense of Alamo City? We did see them get a sack to force the field goal for Minnesota, but is that defense tired? Did they get enough rest in a short period of time?
Well, we're going to find out. But usually on plays like that, we just think about it before. The prior drive, they held Minnesota to a field goal attempt when it looked like it was going to be a touchdown. So that was like an emotional boost there. And then they just got a kickoff return for a touchdown. That could be the energy they needed, in spite of the fact they were on the field for an awfully long time in the drive prior.
Ooh. What a shot. Oh, my goodness, ma'am.
Wait, ma'am just took a headshot, brother.
Yeah, that was ouch. Yikes.
One thing about the SFL, they bring the pain. There's no penalties for headshots.
No, it's not. No penalty at all. At least here in the SFL, it's not. First and 10 here for Minnesota. Handoff it to Colin Hart. Hart tries to go right up the middle of this defense of Alamo City, and nothing doing. Tina began on the tackle.
I would like to see Colin bounce it to the outside more than he has in this game so far. It seemed like all of his runs, the more successful runs, the 4 to 5 yard carries, has been to the outside, stay up the middle.
I formation here. Handoff it to Colin Hart. Hart gets blocked out in front. Hart breaks the tackle. Now he's loose. Looking like himself from last week. Crosses the 30-yard line to the 20. Will he get... Oh, that's a spin move there. Put him in a whoop-de-doozy down to the 7-yard line is Colin Hart.
Well, Colin's like, you ask, you shall receive. He finally bounced it to the outside. He had enough blocking to be able to do so, and then broke that tackle, and then decided to do his best. I want to go with NFL reference. Best Barry Sanders impression, because Ron Hoff beat him right there, but that spin move, broke. He really cannot say he broke his ankles, because Hoff recovered real quick. It just gave Hart a lot more yards gain.
66-yard run by Colin Hart. The graphic came up on the screen right before I could announce it. Here's a handoff. It's a Hart. Oh, no, it's not Hart. It's the backup running back, number 2.
Hey, Spaghetti.
If my thing would move.
Back up.
Yeah.
The Hart's back in there.
Colin Hart is back in the game. Down, ball is at the 4-yard line. Handoff here to Hart. Hart got the blocker. Blocker doesn't get much doing there. It's tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
I wonder if Hart was still tired. If he would have just bounced it to the outside, that was an easy 6. He decided to be a tough man on that play, and that cost him.
Yeah, Jay Mart on the tackle, inside linebacker for Alamo City. Goal line. Everybody is inside the box here. They know the ball is going to Hart. Back is Reno. Pass is deflected away. Intended for Big France.
But once again, another victory for Alamo City's defense. It looked like it was going to be a short touchdown for the Legend. And their defense come away big time with Robert Forker not worrying about Colin Hart. He just stood back, stayed disciplined, saw that the pass was coming his way. And be real with you, Minnesota's lucky that he didn't pick it off.
Yeah, they're very lucky he didn't pick it off. Alamo City, once again, forces Minnesota to a field goal attempt. The kick is up. It's good. Ball was on the left hash mark. 6 plays, 72 yards, 2 minutes and 5 seconds off the clock for Minnesota. Here comes the artillery offense.
But Demond, right now, if I was Minnesota, they should be kicking themselves. They should be up 14-7 right now.
Yeah, I agree with your partner. And that ball is kicked to the back of the end zone. It's gonna be it's gonna be a touchback.
Mickey with the lead foot there. Great kick.
Ball is on Alamo City's 20-yard line. First and 10 here for Ace Finnick. Gonna go I-Twins. It's like 4-3 is the defense. Handoff here to Brad Jones. Jones goes nowhere. Basically like a 1-yard loss, but they're gonna give him forward progress.
And shout out to Buster Johnson and the rest of the D line, making sure that Brad Jones don't get any yards on that carry. Let's give a scoring update. In the third quarter, almost in the fourth quarter, Canton is up over Louisiana 20-10. It's been mostly field goals in the last half hour of that game.
Wow. Here is the receiver down the field that passes. Oh, they're going to say incomplete. He dropped it.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Looks like he's hurt. Looks like Yayo Montana is down.
I think he took a shot to the ribs.
It doesn't look good. He's banging on the turf.
And we didn't even get to see him go off the field. That could be bad.
Yeah, that could be bad.
Yayo Montana, a.k.a. Greg Soto, was the leading receiver last week for Alamo City. 7 receptions, 123 yards. Ugh.
But they have a gang load of receivers. They have, 5 of them on the roster. Losing Yayo takes 1 off. In motion is Deuce Finnick. Down to the left side of the offense. Greg Soto in the chat say rub some dirt on it. Here is Brad Jones. Jones crosses the run down to the 50.
Let's give a shout out to that O-line. Candy, Parker, Davidson, Michael, and Rukin open up great holes for Brad Jones. He couldn't help but go up the middle. If he just sidestep to the left instead of spin, you use a spin move, that could have went for more yardage.
Yep, you're right, partner. Here is Finnick. Finnick almost gets sacked. Ball is hit as he was throwing it.
And shout out to Ray Colston, Declan O'Rourke. We just found out that Yayo Montana so far targeted 4 times, have not made a catch yet. Hopefully he'll be back in the game to change that.
Here is Ace Finnick going to roll out to his right. He's been rolling out all game. And that pass is deflected away, incomplete. Finnick is 1 for 10 in the ball game here in the first half.
Yeah, it's been a struggle in the passing game so far. But like last week, Finnick completed 59% of his passes, passed for 140 yards, but no touchdown in the win last week. He's trying to change that in a big way. So far, the only points came from a kick return from Kenny Hendricks.
They're going to go empty formation. Hendricks is going to go in motion to the right side of the field. They're going to go 4.
Ooh, I like that matchup.
If you follow the movie Varsity
Look
Blues,
out.
when you get there's a Minnesota dives on it. They got it right at the 36-yard line. Oh, what a shot. Ace Finnick, I hope he's okay.
But shout out to Max Knight with the fumble recovery. But who caused the fumble right there? It was Max Knight. He caused the fumble, was able to get up. Actually, Max Knight didn't get the recovery. That's Mark Mello who got the recovery. But they're going to challenge this, saying this is the tuck rule or Tom.
Fumble before arm move forward. So they're challenging that the arm was moving forward. Alamo City, that is. Let's take a look as referee is underneath the hood there.
See that smirk on his face?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Oh, that arm was moving forward.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. I need them to slow it down for me.
Oh, it's been reversed.
Referee says that the arm was moving forward. So Alamo City survives that forced fumble in recovery by Minnesota, and they're going to be able to punt the ball off.
And that's an important challenge because they're going to flip the field with this punt and force Minnesota to work a little bit harder. Even though Minnesota's been moving the ball down the field the last 2 drives, they've just been settling for field goals instead of touchdowns.
Yep, you're absolutely right. And you make the statement that was a very important challenge. Not only for the fact that Alamo City won the challenge so that they could punt the ball off to Minnesota, put them deeper into their own territory, but by them winning the challenge, and let's just say Alamo City needs to make another challenge, they win that one, they're rewarded a 3rd challenge.
Right. And look at the chat. They're saying they wonder how much Alamo City paid the refs. Some of them say $69K. Others say $3.50.
I think he got the call right. I think
do
it's
too.
The right call. And they'll split twins here. Johnny Reno rolls out to his left, gets his feet stead. That pass is intended for France again. And France has been his favorite target. Johnny Reno is only 4 of 8 today on the here in the first half.
Let's think about it for Minnesota. So far, their big plays. Well, on the first drive, they scored 3 points. It went down the field with the passing game to France, like you mentioned. The prior drive, it was Colin Hart who was able to break a long run, but still, they had to settle for field goals. We'll see if they can change that.
Van Callia goes in motion to the top of the field. Corner follows him out. Johnny Reno rolls out to his right side, goes right across the middle of the field. That pass is caught, and it's to Jason France again. Jason France is starting to make a name for himself here in the SFL in week 2. # throw it to the tight end.
We're going to see that block right there by Brad Jones. That gave Reno enough time to throw it to France, and France couldn't help but catch that ball. But it wasn't for Colin Hart's block, that pass probably would not have been thrown.
France is 3 of 5, 54 yards through the air. Weak eye formation. Hand off to Colin Hart. He spins in the middle of the field there. Goes nowhere.
Yeah, he saw the lineman about to bring the pain, so he had to go up the middle on that one. If he would have went outside, that would have been a Shadow Realm sending hit. Great wherewithal to go up the middle to at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 here for Johnny Reno underneath the center. Haven't seen them out in a spread as much today. Mostly Reno underneath the center in a 2-back set. Handoff here to Colin Hart. Hart got his blocker out front by the fullback. Nice block there as he picks up the first down to the 46.
Again, those runs to the outside is what's been helping them. We see France with the block. There's the fullback, as you mentioned, Damon with the block. 10 yards before he gets touched. And the chains are being moved.
They're going to call it down at the 40, inside of the 45 and 46 yard line. So we'll say 45 it is. I-Twins here. Give it to Colin Hart right up the middle of the field. Hart picks up about 4.
Still, nice carry for 4 yards. Here's the thing. I would love it if the quarterback, Reno, would have noticed that there was a bunch of people towards his left and just audible that run to his right and see what could have happened. But we'll see if the opportunity presents itself later.
Absolutely. Another handoff here to Colin Hart. He's beginning a boatload of the carries on this drive here. Down to the looks like he's right at the 40. He's on the other side of the 50. Couldn't see what it is. Okay, right at the
like 43.
46.
I can't see. Yeah, it's 46. My bad.
Look at it upside down. Here's Colin Hart. Breaks a tackle. Another broken tackle. 2 more by Colin Hart. Picks up the first down.
I mean, he's showing you glimpses of why he ran for 312 yards, but he's running with power this one. Broke the tackle of Foraker, broke another tackle of Gunny McGuire, able to get that first down. Great run by Hart to extend this drive. He's already over 100 yards rushing. So back-to-back weeks over 100 yards rushing for Hart.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Not only that, I think he's the third person in SFL history to rush over 300 yards last week. Another handoff hit to Colin Hart, right up the middle. Picks up 7.
Now, you kind of alluded to this earlier, Demond. Is the defense of Alamo City getting tired? Because now the runs up the middle has been, getting better. This was a 7-yard carry up the middle, where prior it was just a no gain or maybe a loss.
You're absolutely right, T-Roy. And as you stated, this is what we saw earlier. The defense of Alamo City. Look here. They broke it down that time. No more up the middle for you, Mr. Hart. No, sir. Mr. Diaper Dandy. 57 came right up the middle and took him out. Jay Mark, that is, on the tackle. 3rd and 2 here for Minnesota in Alamo City's territory. Colin Hart, that is, on the carry. He picks up the first down. Man, this little dude has a lot of energy because we haven't seen the backup come in as of yet. And the entire drive has basically been him outside of the one pass to Jason France we've seen on the drive. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on the SFL YouTube network. For all the league highlights, photos, galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. Here is Reno. Handoff hit to Hart, and Hart's tackled in the backfield. He goes down.
Forker had enough of Colin Hart's foolishness there. He Hart broke Forker's tackle, and the prior third down conversion, he's like, nope, not this time. I'm wrapping you up.
3 wide receivers on the field here for Minnesota. One of the few times we've seen 3 wide. In motion is Deezer Powell coming over from Queen City. 5-step drop here is Reno. Reno let it fly. The pass is intercepted. Ron Hoff comes up with an over-the-head catch. And T-Roy, that just might be our hands catch of the game.
Man, he climbed that ladder, Demond. He read the quarterback, bait him to throw it. Actually, he really didn't have to climb the ladder. He just put his hands out there and just took it. That's Hoff's first interception of this season.
That's the nice hand catch brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. I love it when a DB can catch an overhead pass.
Mm-hmm.
Here is Ace Finch. Finch rolls to his right, got a receiver there, makes the catch, picks up 4 yards. On that reception is tight end Garrison Blue.
And that is a confidence builder type of pass right there. Just get 4 yards, get your quarterback's confidence up, see if he can be able to march down the field in this 2-minute drive and add points to the board, because right now the offense at Alamo City has been shut out.
59 seconds, and they're just going to let the clock run out. Handoff here to Brad Jones. Jones cuts it back into the middle of the field, breaks the tackle before being brought down. I want to say it was number 90, Angela Meerkat. She makes the tackle.
Man, Brad Jones had a potential big run to his left. He just kept going outside. Instead, I think they're just trying to go into halftime with a 1-point lead here with these conservative runs.
Yeah, I noticed that as well, partner. Here's Brad Jones again. Jones picks up the first down. No timeout is going to be called here. They just basically let the clock run out.
Yep. They decided they're okay with a 7-6 lead. Remember, Alamo City won last week's action, low scoring. It was 24-17 over Vancouver. So they're not too concerned scoring so many points right now with their defense playing as well as they have been so far.
Here's Finch. That pass is almost intercepted by Minnesota's defense. Let's give credit to our stats team and statisticians for us here today, making us look good up here in the boot T-Roll. We have Declan O'Rourke on stats along with Ray Costin Thank you all so much for your contribution to the stats team, and as I stated, making us look good up here as we provide stats throughout the game. 1 second on the clock, T-Roy. I think I would just kneel it. I wouldn't gamble it by giving it or even throw a pass. As
Look out.
Finch, incomplete, overthrowing his man.
At least he's not hurt there. He look like he's about to take a butt whipping from both sides.
And that's going to be the end of the half. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Here's going to be a look at the halftime stats and photos here throughout the game. Make sure you smash that like button. Like the game so far, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, the SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Also, smashing that like button helps the channel through the YouTube algorithm.
Well, Damon, I can sum this up with 2 words: special teams. Because the special teams are the ones who are responsible for the points. 2 field goals for Minnesota and a kick return for a touchdown by Kenny Hendricks. Well, I think it's the starter game for Alamo City, but the starter game for the offense of the legend has been Colin Hart. Could he get another 200-yard rushing day? We will find out.
I mean, he's almost there at 114 here so far, first half. On 20 carries, averaging 5.7 yards a carry. My goodness. The 66 being his longest on the day. On the other side of the ball, Brad Jones, 6 carries for 58 yards. They're basically keeping it pretty balanced. Their offense of Alamo City, 14 pass attempts for Ace Finnick, 8 carries. You might want to see Brad Jones get a little more carries to get things going in that run game. But I would say get him outside. I'm seeing, man, this kicker. That is the second touchback. That is the second touchback by this kicker, Matt Finnick. And he's only 5'11", 220. 220 at 5'11", man, you got to have that's a powerful leg.
Yes, it is. And, man, both Mickey Melillo and Matt Finnick is just showing you that kickers do matter in the SFL.
Mm-hmm. Minnesota starts off at their own 20-yard line after the touchback on the assuming kick return. Here is Reno. Nice pass right across the middle to tight end Jason France. And France, my goodness, has basically been been a one-man show in this passing game for Minnesota.
Yeah, he's the one responsible for most of the receptions on the Legends offense. It's either been him or Colin Hart's running that's got them down the field.
Yeah, out to the 26-yard line now. Here is Colin Hart. Hart picks up the first down. They're down at the 30-yard line.
Yet the combo tackle that was coming didn't arrive soon enough as Colin Hart was able to get that first down, averaging 5.6 a carry. Shoot, I'll take that day any day of the week.
Absolutely. 3 wide receivers set here. Ice spread, handoff to Colin Hart right up the middle. Hart breaks the tackle, being tackled and brought down at the 32.
But the D-line of Alamo City did a great job preventing Hart from getting more yards, because what they do, they force him to jump prematurely before the line of scrimmage. Now, if you listen to me before, I am sure he has told you guys that is a no-no as a running back. You don't want to jump behind the line of scrimmage like that.
Absolutely. Here's John Reno, handoff to Colin Hart. Hart gets held up behind his fullback.
Rie queened up, but it looked like Stephen Fells forced Colin Hart to jump prematurely again. So that was only a 2-yard carry, but it could have been worse.
Mm-hmm.
Worse for Alamo City, that is.
Here's Johnny Reno, gets a little pressure, turns around, nice catch down the sideline by his wide receiver, Jay Taylor.
Jay Taylor, who already has 1 touchdown this season, makes a great catch in spite of the fact that Mickey McGuire was doing a great job covering him. And Minnesota is marching down the field again. But they want to make sure they come away with 7 instead of 3.
First and 10 here for Minnesota at Alamo City's 48-yard line. Hand out to Colin Hart, and Hart goes nowhere, brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
One of the few times where that run to the outside didn't work out in Minnesota's favor. Good job by the defense, making sure Hart gets no gain on that carry.
Hand off here to Hart once again, right up the middle. Hart picks up 6.
We talked about this in the first half. The runs up the middle hasn't been working out in their favor as much as it has been now. So in the beginning, it didn't work out as much. Now, 5, 6, 7-yard carries.
Yeah. Twins formation. 5-step drop. Here's Johnny Reno. Reno gets pressured. Reno goes down in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard. And this is going to force Minnesota to punt.
And it's a promising drive that comes to a screeching halt with Tina begin getting another sack, but the whole entire D line made sure that Reno couldn't scramble for a first down.
Here's the snap, the punt. And nice kick there by Minnie Malillo. We're going to shift this over to the SFL headquarters with a game break from SFL headquarters in Cameron Irvine.
How about this? Thanks, Damon. How about this from the Canton, Louisiana game? The former Canton Classic, Gary Clem, going to get the interception on 3rd down. Canton Louisiana rather, turns it into a touchdown, and that game is now tied at 20 in the 4th quarter. Back to you guys in San Antonio.
Wow.
Does it Gary Clem look like Christian Okoye with that, gear set up back there? Yeah. What a good interception by him there.
Yeah, I thought the first player came to my mind was Greg Lloyd.
See, I always think about offense, not defense there, but yeah, Greg Lloyd.
Oh, man. I know the linebackers here in the SFL are loving the transition to this game because linebackers are getting a lot of love, and the defense, when it comes to blitzing the passer, they're getting home, and also with interceptions. They're coming in their territory instead of dropping the ball. Here's Brad Jones. Jones picks up the first down, breaks a tackle. Oh, he breaks a tackle. Got 1 man to beat. Spin move on him. Oh, let me go around you, sir, to pick up more yards.
There's a song that comes to mind. It's like, Brad Jones, you spin me right round, baby, right round. Look at that great run, but it wasn't for those he reversed that power, breaking those tackles like it was nothing, but the spin move right here confused number 90, Angela Meerkat. Normally a person that you can't mess around with, but Brad Jones just took her in a spinning cycle. Great run by him.
1st and 10 here for Alamo City at Minnesota's 41. In motion is Ziggy Ronick. Oh, passes I was going to say intended for Garrison Blue, incomplete.
I thought I saw a thick and juicy sighting in the backfield, but that wasn't him. That was somebody else. But good job by the defense with the pass deflection. But guess who's back? Back again. Brad Jones is back. Tell a friend.
3 wide receivers set. Ace Finnick on a 5-step drop. Let it fly. 86 Garrison Blue crosses the 5, and he just crossed Hollywood Boulevard for the 2nd touchdown of this game by the artillery.
That was too easy. Garrison Brew must have beat his man on a. Oh yeah, for some reason, Juan Mississippi allowed Garrison Blue free access to that area of the field, and that dot by Finnick was too easy. And they was able to march into the end zone uncontested, and Alamo City gets their first points of the game on offense.
Greg Soto in the chat says tight ends are cool. I would have to say they are. I would most definitely agree with them. Extra point attempt is good. Alamo City goes up 14-6. Minnesota only points coming on the board are 2 field goals, in which the defense of Alamo City held them once in the goal line. I think the other one was right outside the 10 to force those 2 field goals.
I love this field. Looks like there's a surge going on the sidelines.
Here's Minnesota, tackled and brought down at the 21. Ma'am on the return.
The thing about this, you just alluded to it earlier, Damon. Minnesota's points have been field goals so far, when it should have been touchdowns. This game should be tied right now, 14-all. We'll see if Minnesota's offense can, like you like to say, Damon, heat up and catch fire here.
Man, I haven't said that in a while. Bringing back memories. In motion, Deezer Powell. He's been pretty quiet today. Split backs. 5-step drop here by Reno. Reno throws a pass into double coverage intended for Deezer Powell, and that's going to be incomplete.
If I were Deezer Powell, I'll ask Johnny Reels, like, hey, didn't you have somebody else open? Why did you throw that ball so I can get a butt whooping by that secondary of the Alamo City there? Hopefully, Reno will go through his progressions and find a more open receiver than that.
Greg Soto is informing us that is the stadium post. So basically, as the crowd gets louder, the post basically vibrates, is what I'm assuming. That is Jason France. And France has basically been the go-to receiver for Minnesota. Also, T-Ray, what I'm noticing that Minnesota is not spreading the field at all. You know, they'll come out in these 2 wide receivers and 1 or 2 tight end formations, but we're hardly seeing 3 wide receivers on the field for Minnesota.
Yeah, because I'm thinking they probably were hoping that Colin Hart would have more yards than he has currently. So maybe they're just relying on the running game and allowing their 6'7" tight end to be the guy moving the ball down the field through the air.
It's France once again on the rollout. That pass is Deezer Powell down to the 45. Deezer was wide open.
Roll out by Deezer with a great catch, but Johnny Reno's rolling out definitely helped give Powell the time, and then, oh man, he busted Gunny McGuire with that double move there. That's why Powell was able to get to that spot on the field and get that first down.
That was a nice route there by Powell. Reno, 9 for 15, 128 yards on the day. Third quarter with 3:55 left. In motion is Vin Callier to the right side of the offense. DBs just follow him to the top side of the field. Handoff it to Colin Hart, trying to open some space that way. Hart gets the ball gained at 2 yards.
Now, you might say a running back over 100 yards is not a good day for a defense, but considering what Colin Hart was able to do last week, you could say that Alamo City so far has been containing him. We'll see if that continues for the rest of this game.
Johnny Reno, 5-step drop. Dumps it off in the flats to Colin Hart. Hart steps out of bounds, 3rd and 4.
A great job by Bogey Bar, and Ron Hoff using the sideline as an extra defender, because Colin Hart could have gotten more yards out of that reception, but they was getting ready to bring a pay and force Hart to just get the most yards he could on that reception.
Hand off to Colin Hart. Hart not gonna pick up the first down. 4th and 1. This looks like they're kind of a little shy, or probably right at field goal range.
It's almost no man's land there. We'll see if they're going to go for it. Looks like they could be going for it. Here we go.
Yeah, here's Johnny Reno. Defense is on the field. Crowd is getting louder. 4th and 1. Colin Hart gets the ball. First down. He should have stayed outside, T-Roy. It was wide open.
Yes, it was, but Hart was just making sure that he kept this drive alive. But yeah, the outside was definitely wide open. Hart just want to make sure that this drive stays alive.
I would have been thinking about the points on the board. Get the drive alone. We need the points fast. 14-6. Alamo City up on Minnesota. Another draw play here to Colin Hart. Colin Hart breaks a tackle there before being tackled and brought down. Looks like right at the 26, 27 yard line.
Man, shout out to Dusty Wilson, the star lineman, helping open up holes up the middle for Colin Hart, because again, these runs up the middle has been getting better and better each time. We'll see if that continues.
Hand off to Hart. So get a little hurdle going there. Picks up the first down.
Damon, Alamo City was so lucky, man. If Colin Hart didn't have to jump, I don't think Rob Forker could have laid that forearm shiver on Hart and got away with it.
1st and 10 here.
Ooh, look.
Reno got a man right across the middle of the field. It's Vin Callier. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that's Callier's 2nd reception on the day, his 4th target.
It's been a while since we seen Callier make a catch there, but they're allowing him to roam up the middle uncontested. Ron Hoff was the only guy that could have stopped him, but nobody bumped Callier. Callier was free up the middle, and that pass was a nice dot by Reno. We're almost in the red zone here.
Johnny Reno underneath the center, right at the 11-yard line. Steps back a little bit more. Fire to the end zone. Vin Callier with a one-handed grab. Hold on. Wait a minute. We may have to replace that catch of the game.
Hey, you're going to make Ron Huff disappointed, because he's the one who had to catch the game before that one. But, man, what a nice one-handed catch right there, right in front of the dude who had the best catch earlier in the game. In Minnesota, I think they might be chasing for points and go for 2. That was an 11-yard catch by Ben Callier. And, yes, they are going to try to chase the points. They're going for 2 right now.
As you stated, you were going for 2. 11-yard touchdown catch from Johnny Reno to Vin Callier. In motion is the tight end. Reno calling the signal. 3 steps back. Colin Hart wide open in the flats. Picked up the 2 points needed to tie the ball game.
Smart play. They did not cover Colin Hart until it was too late. Great block, though, by number 72. One, they a non-contract old lineman that was able to hold number 90, Theodore Rocker, from chasing Colin Hart. And Colin Hart just couldn't help himself. He decided to take the plunge into the end zone for 2 points.
This has been an outstanding defensive battle for both teams. Both teams just getting their first touchdowns on the last 2 possessions. Everything else has been special teams throughout the game.
Everything else has been special teams. But, man, Garrison Blue, he had a 46-yard touchdown reception on the prior drive. In a nice drive by the legend, like you said, getting their first touchdown on offense. We got a tie ball game, but man, Minnesota's probably kicking themselves. They could have the lead by now. It just should be 21-14.
First and 10 here for Ace Finnick. At their own 27-yard line, they're going to go twins to the right here. I formation, handoff here to Brad Jones. Jones gets a block by the fullback, and he's tackled and brought down. Looks like right at the 31.
The demise we talked about earlier, this is a rematch from the last season's wild card, in which this game took place at Minnesota, where Alamo City won 20-3 over the Legion. This has been a better contest so far. Ooh, we got a scoring update after this play.
Here's a handoff to Jones. Jones runs right into his own man, picks up 1 yard out to the 34-yard line.
And in the other game in Canton, Ohio, where the Hall of Fame was just at, the other Hall of Fame, it's tied at 20. They're entering overtime between Louisiana and Canton.
Wow. That's a game that I may want to take a look at either sometime later tonight or tomorrow. The cheerleaders of Alamo City. That's the end of the third quarter. We're into the fourth. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on the SFL YouTube network. SFL Retroid, now available, free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K 23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at goretroid.com. Search SFL and download our mod and a simulationfl.net/4K23. Retroid, the official console of the SFL.
This has been a defensive struggle, and we just seen Miles Gibson lead the way here, making sure that Alamo City is going to punt here. Great job by the Legends defense.
There's the kick by the punter. Here's the return. Tackled and brought down right at the 25. Man, he should have just fair catch that.
Yeah, remember, Nicholas unfortunately had a fumble earlier in the game, returning a kick. Luckily, it didn't happen that way, but like we talked about before, you definitely want to save yourself a butt whooping. Just wave your hand, call fair catch.
Absolutely. Danny Dimes on the punt. Minnesota starts over at their own 26. 2 wide receivers, twin split, or split twin, should we say. Van Callier goes in motion to the top of the field to the left side of the offense. Here's a rollout here by Johnny Reno. Reno goes right across the middle of the field, and it's Deezer Powell picking up that nice reception.
That was too easy. You saw the last time they did a rollout, we had Colin Hart having to make a block, but nobody was pressuring the quarterback there, and that was a little bit more of a difficult dot. Unfortunately, McGuire had his back turned, so he couldn't possibly put his hand up for a deflection there. And so far, the momentum's clearly on the Legend side.
16-yard pickup there. Oh, open down the middle of the field is Jason France, who has been the go-to receiver for this Minnesota offense. And that's going to be tackled and down. Looks like right at the 1-yard line. T-Roy game for a gain of 56.
How is he getting wide open? Most likely he was not contested. Or Alamo City's defense did a poor job stopping him from getting that wide open. And France just burnt them for a great gain. In Minnesota, like I said, the momentum's on their side. We could see a touchdown in their future as France goes over 100 yards receiving.
They're going to say that he was brought down at the 2, not the 1. So it's been a long of 54. Here is a sweep or toss play here to Colin Hart from the losing 2-yard or 2.
Now, shout out to Theodore Rocker, because he forced Colin Hart to jump prematurely. As I said before, you don't want your running back having to leave his feet behind the line of scrimmage. Bad things happen. We just saw it there with the loss.
Strong guy Jokers. Handoff this time to Colin Hart. Hart runs a guy over. Runs a second man over. Rob Falker, get off me. I'm going to the end zone. And I'm crossing Hollywood Boulevard.
Colin Hart, 5'10", 200 pounds. He ran like he was 230 pounds on that carry. Look at that. Great blocking, but he's like, no. Sorry, Rainrier. Sorry, the other person that tried to tackle me. It's not going to be enough. In Minnesota, they now have the lead for sure. It's going to be potentially 21-14 after this extra point attempt. Excuse me.
There's the snap. The kick is up for the extra point attempt, and it's good. Minnesota goes up 21-14 after that touchdown run by Colin Hart. APM Music and unravel music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection. State-of-the-art technology and world-class customer service, APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com.
Entering today's game, Alamo City was the 3.5-point favorite. They're trailing by 7. We'll see if their offense can respond to Minnesota's last drive.
We haven't heard anything on Yayo Montana. On his return, haven't seen a sighting of him as of yet. Handoff here to Brad Jones. Brad runs a guy over before being tackled and brought down at the 25. Brad Jones is slow to get up.
Yeah, I wonder why we haven't seen Thick and Juicy yet. We still haven't seen that guy who's 6 foot even, 230 pounds. He can be the thunder to Brad Jones' lightning if they use him.
Yeah. Joker's here. Handoff here to Jones.
Ooh,
Jones took a shot right in the mouth. Hit right in the face mask by Miles Gibson.
And I have seen one of my favorite running backs, Corey Dillon, hit somebody so hard they flew 5 yards down the field. That was the opposite. That was Miles Gibson forcing Brad Jones to fly 5 yards down the field, even though the refs gave him forward progress.
3rd and 3. Brad Jones on the carry. Gets a block by the fullback. He puts a juke move on a defender, and he steps out of bounds. Looks like right at the 48 or 47-yard line.
We can say that hit was a wake-up call, huh, Damon? Because, man, he did his best BDG Hollywood. That juke right there, oh, froze number 34, Daniel Wright, preventing him from making the tackle, getting the first down. A nice flip-the-field type play by Brad Jones.
28-yard run there by Brad Jones. Now over 100 yards for the day for the halfback from Alamo City. In Minnesota's territory. They're going to go I-Pro. Hand off it to Jones again. Jones picks up 2 yards.
Yeah, man. Storm, who has been doing a great job for the most part, had a chance to make a block there, but the defense of Minnesota wasn't going to have it. Only a 2-yard gain on that carry.
Here is Ace Finnick. Roll out. Got a reception. By the this is by wide receiver Deuce Finnick. Finnick to Finnick connection there.
Yeah, I seen that connection way too many times during Baltimore and Alamo City / Lone Star Glories matchups. Ace to Deuce, a reliable connection. Viable enough to get a first down on that play.
Down to the 32-yard line. 13-yard pickup on the play. Hand up to Brad Jones. Down to the bottom of the field to the left, and he picks up another first down to the 20 or 19-yard line, they're going to call it.
Yeah, Brad Jones is on fire now. Another great run. Great job by Rainstorm making the block, allow Jones to get more yards, gain more yards down the field, and look at that, 7.1 yards per carry. Shoot, I'll take that too.
Ace Finnick, 3 wide receivers on the field. Hand off to Jones instead. And looks like Jones going to pick up 2.
Now, Alamo City does have to think about the fact that Minnesota could be the team that has the ball last. So will Alamo City try to score quickly, or are they going to try to wear out the defense of the legend and give their defense a nice breather on the field, on the sidelines?
Here's Jones again. Jones on another carry. Breaks a tackle, picks up the first down to the 2-yard line. 15-yard gain on the run.
And one thing about SFL running backs, as the game gets old, they get stronger. Breaking another tackle from number 37, Derek Meerkat. It took Daniel Wright to save that touchdown. And, man, the offense, with the exception of a great reception by Deuce Finnick, has been relying on Brad Jones on this drive.
First and goal from the 3. Instead of 15 yards, it was 14 on the last carry by Jones. Handoff hit to Jones. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
I think I want to give props to Mark Mello because he forced his counterpart on the opposite side to run into Brad Jones and prevent Jones from potentially scoring a touchdown there. Great job by Mello, number 99.
Mm-hmm.
There's Thick and Juicy right there. He's leading the way.
Line up in the tight end spot. In motion is Thick and Juicy. Here's a handoff hit to Jones. Jones gets skinny. Right back at the line of scrimmage.
The D-line, they're doing his job. I'm surprised 44 is not getting the carry.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think you would want to use the bigger back here in this situation. 5-step drop here is Finnick. Finnick goes to the out route. Touchdown, Alamo City. Crossing the goal line is Hank Earl Troll for a touchdown.
He gets his first of the season. What a way to get it. On a drive that needed to end in a touchdown. A long time consuming drive. Hank Earl Troll is too big at 6'6", 222 pounds to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. He carried his defender into the end zone.
This game is probably going to fall down to whoever has the ball last, partner, as we're about to be all tied up here if the assuming field goal attempt or extra point attempt is good, and which it is. The defenses are going to have to stand strong as we saw in the first half, for these last 3 minutes and a half. Basically, it's been all offense here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it started off as a defensive struggle, and offenses are now using their running game to wear out the defense. We'll see how Minnesota responds.
And Minnesota's going to nail it inside the end zone for a touchback. We have a game up break. We're going to shift it back to Cameron Irvine and SFL headquarters. Cam, take it away.
Thanks, Damon. Look at this. Nervousness in Canton in overtime. Watch Rob M's kick. He squeezed it through, and Canton beats Louisiana 23-20 in the first overtime game of the season. Back to you guys in San Antonio.
Awesome. Great win there by Canton in the Classics. Handoff here to Hart, and Hart goes nowhere. Picks up 1 yard there.
Now, this is a very important drive for both teams. Alamo City probably want to force them a 3 and out as best as they can. Minnesota Legend has the ability to run out the clock and get the game-winning field goal. We'll see what happens.
That's the pass, and it's caught. I want to say that's Vin Cali on the reception. Third and 3. Under 3 minutes now.
Reno picking up where he left off. He had 253 last week, 231 and counting so far in this game.
At the 27-yard line, toss play here to Colin Hart. Hart hitting the backfield. Going to lose a yard. 4th and 3. Outstanding defense by the artillery, as I'm pretty sure their defense is taking effect from the tank that's on their helmet. What a defensive weapon to have in your military.
Hart.
Nice hang time there. That was a smart, fair catch call by Hendricks.
Yeah, Willie Vance was telling him the exact same thing. Smart, fair catch, because he's going to get lit up if he didn't wave his hand in the air.
First and 10 here for Alamo City at their very own 35-yard line. Here's a toss play here to Brad Jones. Brad hit the backfield. Nowhere to go. Loses a yard.
Yeah, Brad Jones was a little bit too impatient there, not allowing his center, Jukin Rukin, to at least make an attempt to block.
Here is Ace Finnick underneath the center once again at his own 34-yard line after the 1-yard loss on a toss play to Brad Jones. Finnick 5-step drop, lets it fly. That pass is caught for jumping catch by Kendra Wells, her first of tonight.
We got Kendra Wells, sighting 6'4", 195-pounder, originally from actually played with the Canton Classics last season. Came up with a clutch catch here.
Kendra Wells has previous stops at Vancouver and Canton. There's another pass caught by Z Ronick. Alamo City is on a roll now, marching down the field with ease so far on this drive.
And the fans are feeling it. It looks like Alamo City has a chance to kick the game-winning field goal if Minnesota's defense don't make a stop here.
Total of 35 yards in the last 2 plays for Alamo City. Handoff here to Brad Jones. Brad Jones with a spin move and breaks the tackle, picks up 8 yards.
That was a painful 8 yards, but Brad Jones will take it. He got hit by, 3 or 4 defenders from Minnesota, did not fumble the ball, and Alamo City is wisely allowing this clock to melt away. I'm surprised Minnesota is not calling timeouts right now.
Yeah, they're in field goal range, so I can totally understand why. Minnesota should have been calling timeouts. They should call one. No. Yeah, they should call one.
There's the first one.
I think they waited too long, partner.
Yeah. And right now, all Alamo City needs to do, run up the middle, force Minnesota to call timeouts. Hopefully, they can get a first down and kick the game-winning field goal. We'll see what happens.
Strong eye pro formation here for the artillery. 5-step drop, and Minnesota brings us the house, and down goes Finnick at the 24. They're going to go no huddle here.
Why aren't they calling a timeout?
Here's Finnick again. Finnick.
That's the game.
Intended for Kendra Wells, and this most likely is going to be a pass interference.
Oh, no. Jason Clay got called for the DPI. We going to get the replay here?
I think this is the first PI called all game long. That pass is not even catchable.
That is horrible.
Yeah, that is a bad call. That wasn't a catchable ball.
That is horrible. We were complaining about ref 62.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I better stop. I still got to play tomorrow. Golly.
4 wide receivers on the field here for the artillery. 21-21 all with 20 seconds left in the ball game. Artillery looks like they're still trying to go for the big win and not settle for the field goal here. Let's see if they get it to Jones or try to target the end zone. 3-step drop here by Ace Finnick down the middle. Oh, a touchdown! I thought it was right at the goal line. Minnesota calls a second timeout.
What's that old saying? I don't think it's too old, but what? Fortune goes to the brave? Man, that was very brave there by Alamo City. I'm kind of shocked that they haven't been running the ball the last couple of plays. But, hey, why sell for 3? We can get 6 or 7 right here.
It was Kenny Hendricks on the last reception. In motion is Garrison Blue. Looks like 4-2 nickel defense for Minnesota. They're going to go roll out.
What?
Oh, nice chop block by Brad Jones. Kendra Wells gets the touchdown right at the goal line.
Man, that almost looked like it was a dangerous throw too, but nobody covered Kendra Wells. They left Juan, Mississippi on Kendra Wells' assignment, and Kendra was too fast for Mississippi. And now that forces Minnesota to have to get a touchdown in order for overtime here.
Kendra Wells, 2 receptions on the day, with the second one probably being the most important reception of the entire game by both of these teams. And Alamo City goes up by 7, looking to go for a 2-0 record. Minnesota, 12 seconds on the clock here in the fourth quarter. What will special teams do?
Let's see if Nicholas Frasil can be the hero right now.
Not going to kneel it or fair catch it. Brings it out of the end zone. That's a little space to the bottom of the field. Hit and brought down at the 26-yard line. 6 seconds on the clock.
And that was special teams there by Alamo City. And that wasn't Nicholas. That was somebody. That's Quake Mam.
Yeah.
Had a chance to be the hero. Couldn't go full hero mode there. And great job by number 21, Ray Rie, putting a stop on that play. And now, which is not in Minnesota's favor currently, they're going to have to take some deep shots here with only one timeout left.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line. 4 wide receivers. No tight ends on the field. Oh, that is a tight end. Francis in the back end zone. Oh, no more timeouts for Minnesota. Wait a minute, they had one left in the pocket.
Yep, they have one.
Oh, wow, what a catch. I couldn't get the total amount of yards and the receiver who made the catch.
That was a rainbow. They have a shot. Here we go.
Johnny Reno shotgun. They're going to go same formation. Jason Francis in the backfield with Johnny Reno. There's the snap. Reno takes an 8-yard step.
Here we go.
Overthrows his receiver, and that's going to do it. Minnesota's going to fall to 1-1, and Alamo City moves on to 2-0 to stay undefeated in this short SFL season here in week 2.
And then Alamo City also continues the lead in this series matchup. They are now 2-0 versus Minnesota all time. And what a great job by Alamo City's offense, heat up and catching fire right at the end.
Yeah, Alamo City basically did exactly what you just said there, partner. They caught some fire in that second half, especially the fourth quarter, should we say. We see here that as we look at the score chart, that they basically scored 14 points in that fourth quarter. You know, that's not easy to do in this league. But let's talk about those first 2 quarters where Alamo City held Minnesota to only 6 points total at the end of the half.
Yeah, and that turned out to be a difference. If those 6 points were 14 like it should have been, Minnesota would be the team with the win. But instead, the defense of Alamo City got those minor victories by forcing field goal attempts there in the second quarter.
Absolutely. Well, T-Roy, I would like to ask you, who would be your player of the game?
I have to give it to Brad Jones. His play, especially in the second half, was much needed to help basically take the pressure off of his quarterback, Ace Finnick, and then they was able to march down the field with some clutch plays. But Brad Jones, to me, deserves the MVP of this game.
Yeah, Brad Jones, 27 carries on with 177 yards. No touchdowns on the day. But Ace Finnick, 9 of 22 with 128 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception with a QBR of 81.1. Hey, everybody.
Before we go, let me take it back because somebody bring a great point. I'm going to switch it to Tina Begin. She has 3 sacks. That played a huge factor in forcing those field goal attempts. So I changed it. Tina Begin.
That is a great pickup. That is a great catch right there. Absolutely right. 4 tackles on the day, 3 sacks for Tina Begin with 3 tackles for loss. Well, hey, everybody, I was your play-by-play commentator today, Damon Seaman, and to my right is my main man and my great partner, T-Roy Gaines. Send us out.
Everybody, thank you so much for tuning into today's action. We got more SFL action coming up later today and, of course, tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And me and Damon, we will see you next week.
Also, T-Roy, welcome to the Hall of Fame, baby.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be in the same club as you.
Absolutely. See you when we see you. Peace. Good night.